FireRock Golf Course. Check out this bad boy patio.
Dude, this patio is sweet.
There's E-Dub.
I haven't seen a patio like this since La Hacienda.
Patio, barbecue. We're going to set up shop right here. Plug in the mic.
I can't, dude, this place is sick. I can't believe this is only like 45 minutes from my house.
Yeah, not too bad, right?
No.
Get Shay and you're here.
Yeah, this is
Too bad.
beautiful. I just need to have a couple of you guys like and subscribe so I can afford this place next year.
Yeah, we had like 50 plus views for your last
Birthday
episode.
one. Yeah, that was awesome.
So thanks for liking it, tuning in, checking it out. But yeah, so today we're at FireRock Golf Country Club. You guys have seen me post the crap out of this house. It was on the market last year. It didn't sell. We took it off for the summer. It dies up here in the summer. We put it back on. But we're having a big brokers open today in less than an hour.
So FireRock is really
Fountain Hills.
Fountain Hills.
Yeah. It's a golf and country club here, but you're in Fountain Hills. Yeah.
And so does this get you preferential treatment on the golf course?
You have to join the clubhouse. It's private, then you get access to golf and the clubhouse, the facilities, all the amenities, and they're redoing the clubhouse, spending a bunch of money. So they're redoing it. It's super nice, putting in pickleball. It's got tennis, swimming, gym, a restaurant, bunch of stuff. It's
so basically, if you're a golfing kind of family, this might be a spot to be.
Yeah, a lot of snowbirds up here, a lot of Canadians, a lot of second homes. This is a second home from a gentleman and his wife from Chicago. But yeah, I played the course with a friend, with Jake Checkney's dad years ago, because he was a member, and it's a beautiful course, man. Nice course, desert. But yeah, in the summer, this place is, it's pretty quiet in here. But now it's buzzing, and we got the Phoenix Open next week, so it's appropriate. We're on the golf course.
Oh, this place is sweet. So how many bedrooms does this have?
This is so there's 2 levels on this house, right? So upstairs you got a master, 2 bedrooms and an office. You've got 4 up top and then 1 down low. So you got like 5 bedrooms, and then you have another big living room downstairs, a wet bar, a patio downstairs. We're gonna film from the pool back there, but it has this awesome big like sheer descent waterfall. So you have a hot tub on the master patio that flows into the
it's
pool.
like 5 steps, down into the main pool.
It's badass, man. There's some fire walks down there, but look on my Instagram. It's posted all over there, some videos.
So is that the McDowell Mountains right there, guys?
That's I don't know what that is. You can see like the city lights at night and Camelback. I don't know what mountain it is. And then if you look out that way, the front of the house to the east, you can see like 4 Peaks. You can see like the sun. We'll be able to see the sunset here in a couple hours, city lights, and it's beautiful up here.
Sunsets on this place are going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's nice. Wait. Yeah,
this is really cool. I bet you get a little javelina,
You get some critters, man.
A little critter. You're really out here.
You're out here in the desert for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I wasn't.
Some coyotes, some Arizona coyotes.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. baby.
R.I.P. Coyotes.
Still love you, coyotes.
Someone asked me about them the other day, and I was like, "Who?
Yeah.
What?"
Yeah.
I was like, "You don't ask about ex-girlfriends."
Before we get them back. That's right, man.
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they play hockey anymore. I don't even see it anymore.
No. Don't pay attention to the Utah team.
All basketball,
football.
Get ready to start baseball.
Some baseball.
You getting excited?
D-backs. Yeah, man. We'll get the Corbins,
Yeah, there's a nice
all the Corbins on the D-backs.
nice little commercial on the drive up. We're talking about the pitchers and catchers report in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Sweet. I'm pumped. Get some spring training.
It's going to be a good time.
Some spring training
I'm
games.
excited for it.
Yeah, me too. Love it.
What else have you been seeing going on with the market the last couple weeks since we talked last?
It's been busy. It's been really busy.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the rates haven't done anything really. You know better than I would, but it has been very busy on both sides, with listings and with buyers. Yeah, I've been out and about with buyers all over the place. Got new listings coming up. Hit me up. I've got one off market. I'm working on selling, so there is some off market stuff going on.
Okay.
So
they should be contacting you directly for that off-market stuff?
Yeah. I've got a buddy who flips houses, and I had a client looking in this neighborhood. I knew he was flipping a house in there, and mashed them up together. I had a conference call with them both today. We're going to go check it out next week. So
awesome. So the guy might have the flip sold before.
Might have it sold before he's even closed on it. He closed on it next week, and I have a buyer and have it locked up. So
good for him.
Get a good realtor. I know one, and he can find some off-market deals. There's some stuff hiding there, but there's plenty of good listings on MLS. There's the new builds. There's tons of good resales out there. Some awesome resales. So yeah, man.
I think there's going to be a a nice little year. I think some of the Cromford Report stuff I found is it's trending towards a balanced year for maybe the first time.
It's good
in a little bit,
in
and
a long time.
maybe even a buyer's market.
Yeah,
maybe just a little bit, depending on how things go this first 6 months.
Yeah,
but I could see us having a nice little inventory. So if you're in on it early and you get pre-approved quickly, you might end up on maybe like missing out on let's say a small price drop, but you're going to get seller concessions. You're going to get multiple properties to look at. You're going to be able to take your time.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a point this year where it's highest and best, and I've got multiple offers.
It happens still. If there's a nice property price.
Yeah, it's already happening.
Yeah, you've seen it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's already
So let me ask you a question. I really answer this. I'll put you on the spot.
Okay.
So you always hear realtors say, get pre-qualified, or lenders too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get pre-approved. So like, I mean, I know why, but like, why would you tell people to do that before they go look, you know?
Oh, this is okay. So if you've been car shopping, most people have been car shopping, within the last 5-6 years. If you were to look at, let's say you were going to go look at a Chevy truck, and you were going to go and look right at the upper like the ZR71 4x4, and you think you're approved for that. And then you get into the finance room and they tell you, that payment is $300 more than you want to pay.
Yeah.
So then you got to go back out onto the lot and you got to look at
different cars.
You got to look at the entry level truck.
Yeah.
And now you're like, I don't even want this truck.
Yeah.
Because you're already looking at the one with 4x4 and Bose stereo and leather seats. And, if you want all those things, you need to know what they cost before you go look at it. Because if you go look at it and then you have to tear down to a house in a different neighborhood or in a house in a completely different city.
Yeah.
Now you don't even want the house.
Yeah.
It's really hard to
you're like wasting your time.
It's really hard to put your eyes on something and then come to me and be like, oh, sorry, that payment is $450 over your budget. Yeah. And now you and your partner, or you just don't want to do it.
Right.
Now it makes you go out and spend your time and energy showing them house they don't really want to pay for.
And then the customer wastes their time as well, right?
And then everybody's wasted their time. So it's best to get pre-approved, talk numbers, talk the payment. I always know if someone calls me and they don't ask me the payment, I tell them the payment because I don't want to talk to them once they got the contract. And the first time we talk payment is when they're under contract. They've already put earnest money down. They've already shown everybody, look at the house I'm buying. And they haven't even talked payment with me yet. So even if you got it like that, you still want to know the payment.
For sure.
And I still think that it's good to know what you got, because we had somebody that called and their credit score was well below what they thought it was.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. You never know what's on your credit. I mean, sometimes there's something hiding there. I had a $100 medical collection one time I had no clue about, and it dinged my credit. I don't know, too many points, and I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So I paid it off, and I think it was with you years and years ago. But speaking of payment, so my son Jackson just bought a truck, right?
Oh, nice.
Traded in his Tacoma, got a wanted to get a bigger, safer truck, F-150, got a hybrid. Nice. So thank you, Dave Rose and Mark Martinez at Burge, and Trent works there too. So we got car guys, but so we were trading his truck and looking at stuff, and I was co-signing for him to build his credit, and he's making the payments. But anyways, like we always talk interest rate. We didn't even really talk interest rate on the truck. We're just talked payment, because what's the payment you can afford? Is it $200 a month or $300 a month, or what is it, $250? So, and I was like, why don't we do that on houses more? It's always like, what's the rate? What's the rate? What's the payment? What's your rent? What can you afford on your payment? So I think the conversation needs to be more about the payment,
Yeah, it is true. People do tend to talk rate a little bit more. It's like
a pride, or I got a 4%, 3% rate, or
Yeah, often once they lock the loan, and they close the loan, they really don't have it ever talk about the rate.
Yeah.
Like most people tell me the rate and they're wrong.
Yeah.
My rate's 4.5 and I get it and it's 4.875, or they tell me it's 3.5 and it's 3.25. Like, they're wrong on both ways. They don't really know, but they know once they make their payment, they can afford it. So you're right. That's why I do like to talk payment and not rate,
especially for first-time home buyers. Like usually they're renting, right? Well, what's your rent and what can you guys afford or you afford together or solo or whatever. What are you comfortable with, you know?
Yeah.
And then you got to think, you know, you got taxes and insurance on there, which is a little bit, and then you maybe HOA dues as well. So yeah. Anyways,
there's some really good stuff there.
Yeah.
Come see us first, because you don't want to look at something that you can't afford.
Yeah.
And I think that was the main reason people get pre-approved.
Yeah.
And also is there could be something people often forget to tell me, that they pay child support, or they forget to tell me that they pay alimony, or they forget to tell me that they owe Uncle Sam, and I see that on their stuff, and now all of a sudden they don't qualify, and they thought it didn't matter because it was going to be paid off in a year or something. So oftentimes people just assume something that they shouldn't assume with one of the most important purchases you're ever going to have.
Or the flip side could be true, probably not as much, but maybe you can afford more, you know?
That does happen.
You know, maybe that's, you know, sometimes you probably see it more so than I do, obviously, but yeah.
The thing that people most likely think is that they're going to have way more money down.
Down. That's a big thing too.
So it's not so like on the other side of it is, oh, I don't have, you know, all that money for a down payment and closing costs and everything. And someone out there will say closing costs is like 3% of the sales price. So they think they need the down payment plus $15,000.
We just had somebody get money back on their closing.
Yeah.
You know? So that's rare, but it does happen.
There's some situations where you can, in this market, I think, get the seller to pay your closing costs, and you're coming in with 3%, 5%.
And I'm seeing 10%. That on almost all my deals right now.
Yeah.
80%, I'd say, my deals right now.
The Cromford Report said that 50% had an average of $10,000.
Okay, yeah.
And so that's 50% of the deals had $10,000 in seller concessions.
I think that's what's keeping the prices up, is they're inflated a little bit with concessions, 1%, 2%, 3%, right?
And that does start to count into appraisals. So people out there that are wondering if that matters, appraisers do know what your net is looking like. Even so, if you sell for 500, but you gave 25,000 back, the appraiser kind of figures that out, that you really sold your house for 475.
So did you do the Cromford Report today, or
Zoom? This was
this week.
This was just last week's.
That's usually good stuff. So you guys don't know, Cromford Report, it's like a local real estate report they put out, and it's usually a Zoom meeting with Tina Tambor, and it's good information. It's a lot of information, but it breaks down stats by zip codes and cities and whatnot, right?
Yeah, it's way too much information for the average person.
It's a lot.
And they keep track of how many buyers, how many sellers, and when they come on the market, and how it compares year over year.
It's a monthly report too, right? They go year over year, but it's a monthly. It comes out every month.
Yeah, so that you can easily tell how many houses are for sale versus 2014. And right now we are a lot more houses than we were last year. So last year at this mark, we were like 16,000. Now we're at like 22.
22, yeah.
So we have maybe 2 more months worth of supply.
That's good.
But we only have 4.5 months of supply. So
22,000 homes for sale in the valley, and armless, right?
Yep.
Normal is like 30,000. It's healthy market, yeah.
But what we don't have in there is like how many new builds are being.
Yeah, they're not all in there.
They're not. The new builds aren't in there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if like the 72 sold cash buyer stuff is in there, because the house never technically gets listed.
Yeah.
So how many of those were transferred and bought and sold? So there's some things that aren't in there.
Yeah.
But overall, we have more inventory. So when you put that in perspective, remember during COVID, we had no toilet paper, and now there's a bunch of toilet paper. It's kind of like how houses are.
Yeah.
During COVID, we had no houses.
Now there's a bunch.
Now there's a bunch of
just
them.
Just like the car lots, toilet paper, all that stuff.
If you need to find a house, you should come look, because the cul-de-sacs are open. The ones across the street from the cool lakes and the cool parks are open.
Yeah, there's options.
Like, you're not having to take the one backed up to Alma School because you want to live in a certain school district.
And you got time to process, look at it, negotiate, get some closing costs, get the appliances or whatever, shop around.
Now you have time to bring your tape measure and see if your fridge really works.
Yeah.
A lot of those things that you maybe missed out on when the buyer's market goes away and it becomes a seller's market.
Absolutely.
And you just take what you want.
Yeah.
And so sometimes, when it's a little bit tougher to buy is when you find the gems.
Yeah.
And so if you're looking to find a gem, give us a call and we'd be happy to help you find it.
Yes, sir. Well said, man. What else we got going on? We got this Brokers Open today. It's Thursday. It's been a little cold and rainy lately. It's nice out right now. The sun's out
Yeah,
shining.
it's gonna be like 85 degrees this weekend.
Phoenix Open. You go to the golf? You go to the golf? You don't go to the golf
I don't
field,
go to golf.
Yeah, I used to always go. It's oversold for me anymore. It's too crowded.
You know, I used to work out here on Scottsdale Road and Shea, so
Uh-huh.
not too far, and it would mess up the traffic on 101.
Yeah.
And I would
Now it's all
I
torn
just
up.
needed to go home,
Yeah.
and I never understood how you got to the Open, and the whole point was to basically drink.
Yeah.
And then the 101 becomes
Parking
a
lot.
parking lot. I'm like, I'm out.
It's tough getting out of there.
I'm out. I'm like,
It's easy to get in. You get dropped off Uber, but getting out of there is a cluster. You know what?
And then
Yeah.
Sophia went last year, and like,
Oh, that was bad last year.
yeah,
Yes.
it was like.
I think last year was the first year I haven't gone in
It was
over a decade. But
So I mean, maybe someday I'll go, but it would be more like I live here and I
Yeah.
can walk there.
yeah.
Like that would be awesome,
Yeah.
or Airbnb something up here and then just make a whole week of
Yeah.
it, like something like that. That would be fun.
It's a commitment, man. It's a whole day deal, you
And
know.
they have some amazing concerts and stuff out there.
Yeah, they got some good concerts. Yeah. saw that.
That kind of stuff sounds fun, but
Uh-huh.
for the most part, I'm not an open guy.
Yeah, I used to be.
I don't even like golf.
I'll take a pass this year.
I mean, I started to like it a little bit more, but I just
Yeah.
play to hang outside and meet with the boys.
Yeah. Have some silver bullets.
Just hang out and chill. Yeah. You know how that plays out.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man. Well,
Did you happen to watch the Awful Suns game last night?
I did, man. I was almost going to go with Jackson after we played basketball at the pit at 5. If anybody wants to play.
Nice.
But we played some hoops. I hit the game winner, by the way.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Over EJ
Yeah.
or what?
No, he wasn't there, but I forget who it was over. But I was guarding Jackson for 2 games, and that wore me out, man. The heart rate was elevated. That kid's good, man. But no, he went, and I watched it on TV, and I like Minnesota has our number, man. I like watching Edwards, but he was kind of pissing me off last night. He likes the job, but I don't know, man. Like I felt like that was a winnable game for us, and they just let it slide away, you know.
Yeah, I feel like Edwards thinks he's something that he's not, and so people think because he's got the Sprite commercials and
He's a good dunker, you know.
Yeah, he can dunk,
He can
but
dunk.
his team is not. They're right with us, 500. We're all within a game or two, and he's acting like he's dunking in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like
He likes chirping.
yeah,
There was a little fight at the end too, but you saw the fight at the end between the guys.
No, I didn't watch it. I just watched I cheated. I watched the 12-minute.
You did the
And
highlights.
I heard everybody yelling on the radio.
I had it on, but like basketball, you don't need to watch it until like the second half, right? So I had it on, and I started getting into the third quarter, watched the fourth quarter. But I mean, it was a winnable game, like.
Yeah.
But they just let it slip away. They can't close the games out.
Yeah.
So I don't know why.
Last pot I got on KD. Now I need to get on Booker. He
Yeah.
can't. He's
got too many shoes coming out. Every week he's got a new. I love his shoes; are awesome. But man, like,
right.
let's enough of the shoes. Let's play some
Yeah,
basketball.
like 9 turnovers.
Had
9 turnovers yesterday.
Point
The fourth quarter was awful.
Yeah.
He scored the points when it didn't matter, way late. They just don't play well together as a team. They don't. They should come to the boot camp.
Yeah.
They need to come and get
dialed in.
And
Yeah.
I think Bud is like he's on the cusp. The coach is getting ready to yell at. He either wants to yell at KD or Book or somebody.
They said he hasn't talked to Nurk in
That's
over
just
a month.
Nurk. That's just Nurk being. I don't
yeah.
believe. I mean, when he says he hasn't talked to him, it means like
How's
he's not
that?
allowed to come into the coach's office and have coffee and be like, "Hey, coach,"
a private meeting or something.
Yeah, no. He's like, when you're a starter, you get starter treatment where he's talking to you. When you're the third guy in, you have to earn his time. You have to go to practice, and he's just they don't want him there, and they don't want to hurt him.
No, they don't.
And so he knows what's going on. So he should just shut up.
He should. He was good last year, but not so much this year. But I don't know. I think they're going to end up getting Butler. It's just a matter of time. Deadline's still a couple weeks away.
I think you're probably right.
We'll see.
I think we're just trying not to give up too much. And
Butler's just kind of working his way out of there too. Out of
think
Miami,
so?
always getting suspended all the time.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all good. Saw a good video of Butler and Pat Riley, and it was the Breakfast Club scene where he's giving him detention. Another day. And Butler was the guy, the long hair guy, and Pat Riley was the teacher. It was great, man.
That's I'm trying to think of that.
Judd Nelson.
Nelson
that was Butler, and then the teacher was.
I like that movie. I watched it recently.
Yeah, it's a classic, man.
I try to make my kids watch all the 80s movies over.
John Hughes movies, right?
They don't know
They don't
Ferris
know.
Bueller's Day Off.
Oh.
They don't know Gremlins.
So good.
They know like Karate Kid maybe,
Classics, man.
and Goonies. Oh, they love Goonies.
Love Goonies. Love the Goonies.
But they don't know like Just One of the Guys or some of these other movies where Risky Business or
Top Gun,
any of these other stuff.
Oh yeah,
those would be fun. I could do a whole pod on the movies.
Oh yeah, we should. 80s movies. Yeah,
that's good stuff.
Next one,
what do you think's going to happen with the Diamondbacks? Do you think they're going to sign anybody else, or do you think it's just going to roll in like this?
I don't know, man. You never know. What do they need? They need they got a first baseman. Their pitching staff is loaded. They need a closer, I think, right, is what they need. But you can always pick up a closer in the middle of the season.
Yeah, I'm not so worried about that.
You go get some shitty team's closer, and, I think, I'm not worried about that either.
That one Martinez kid, I think, can do it. Yeah. And then there's a couple other guys that.
Closer by committee.
I mean, it's just like in fantasy. Sometimes you use one of your first-round picks, or not first round, but, a high pick on a closer. Yeah. And then he's no different than the guy that Relish will get.
Setup guy.
In our league, everybody's getting a closer. Yeah. They know what setup guys set to pop, and they can figure that. I
don't know. I think they're pretty solid, but I did last year too, and they were disappointing. But they had a lot of injuries, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, Carroll was out last year, but man, their pitching staff looks good. They can stay healthy. I think they'll be dangerous.
I think we could do something. I think it is. The Dodgers have all that money and all those.
They're so talented.
All that money spent on their team, but are they going to be like trying?
So do the Suns, though. Suns have so much money on their team, and
they have to.
They just can't get it done. So
it has to make a team. That's true.
Yeah, got to have some chemistry, but
I like it.
We'll see.
Do you think it gets extra colder out here?
It gets chilly at night. Yeah, it gets cold out here. There's no light.
So
it gets really
means
dark.
You get like in Arizona, you get like 5 degrees off.
Yeah.
If you come out to Fountain Hills,
it does.
5 degrees off.
5 degrees off.
Not guaranteed. But it is nice.
It's beautiful out here, guys. Yeah, it really is.
Have you ever been to La Hacienda in Tucson? It's an old hotel.
I've heard of it.
It's really cool, and it looks when you stay there, it looks like this.
Really?
This is literally like opposite of that hotel. You just see out onto the golf course.
It's pretty desert, man.
This is really nice.
Yeah, and the house is awesome too. The house, like I said, look on my.
I wouldn't even go
Instagram, Facebook.
I would live in this living room, and I would just open up, and I would live on this patio.
Yeah, they remodeled it during COVID. It was their project because it was all Tuscan travertine. They updated it, modernized it, but it is a beautiful home.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, 3.3 million. It can be yours.
3.3.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. I'm only
actually priced pretty well too. With but yeah. It's been on Channel 10. This one I had on Channel 10, the Cool House deal.
Okay.
Yeah. So you probably see me posted a lot last year. Yeah.
Sweet, man.
Yeah. Well, what else?
I think one more thing I just wanted to bring up was thank you for letting me coach and be part of the team on the boot camp.
Yeah, boot camp's been great.
It's been going really cool.
That's been fun.
If you're out there and you want to do a little bit of selling with real estate, and you think you just want to hang out with some people on Monday mornings, give us a call. I think there's probably we go over 5 things, and I gotta hope at least one of the 5 things is something that you're not doing, and you might maybe I used to do that, or I heard about that and I don't know how to implement it, but after being in a group talking about it, you might understand. So I think we had, was it Tori?
Yes.
Tori took one of the ideas and took a video.
Yes.
And she sent a video to one of her clients, and it might have helped her.
Video text. Yeah.
Might have been that one thing that got her over the top. So, she's out here doing real estate. She comes to the meeting. We have a little group chat, and then she tells us the meeting went well. Tori sent the video. She did it. She went out of her comfort zone.
Yeah, very out of her comfort zone, which video is for a lot of people, right?
Yeah. And she did it. Like these videos.
And it worked. So that's awesome.
These videos work.
They work.
And she did amazing. So, Tori's a testament to what we're doing is working, even if it's a little bit. I'm not saying you're going to come to this boot camp and all of a sudden you're going to become doing like 4 deals a month.
Yeah, it takes time. It's a long-term play. But you might get a quick deal.
You might find somebody that you've been working on or you're working with, and then you hear something that we're talking about or someone else is doing. Like Debbie, who came to the meeting, who's not technically on the team, had like 5 gems.
Yes.
She was like, bam, bam, bam. She's like,
she's coming to the Brokers Open too.
Yeah. So that was cool too. So I got to meet someone else's perspective.
Yeah, it's not just limited to my team or brokerage. It's to any realtors who want to come check it out. But it's it's kind of a back to basics thing, but fine tuning, collaborating, filling your sales funnel, different ideas, bouncing ideas around.
Yeah, that
But
was
I
awesome.
guarantee you it'll work for you if you.
Yeah, I
if you
saw
buy into
that
it.
idea popped up. I've been seeing this week. I don't know if my meeting was extra good this
Yeah,
week,
it was good.
but
man.
I saw Wendy was posting more.
Yeah,
She had some
Sylvia.
good content. Sylvia
Yeah,
had one out there.
yeah.
She was posting.
Yeah, yeah.
She had the stuff they were sharing. You know, a lot of us are doing good things and we're not sharing.
Not sharing it. Yeah,
And then so nobody knows how good you are.
yeah. A lot of agents are like on an island. They're
And
just by
Tori
themselves.
posting that. And Joe had his son do the little testimonial.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah,
Luca
he sold
did
the house.
awesome.
Yeah, Joseph
So,
was listed.
I appreciate you guys doing that. That was
Yeah.
fun. And
No, it's been good stuff.
I know I'm just a little part of it, and I just want to thank you for that.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
That's cool.
Man. It's been
I
fun.
really liked it.
It's working
I don't know.
too.
I saw a sign out in the wild.
Yeah,
Driving by, saw Darwin Wall real
open
estate
house.
sign, open house
Yeah,
sign.
yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah.
I know they're out working. They're out trying.
It's good
And
stuff.
mostly
man.
they're trying to
All
do
positive.
things just a little different.
Different. Yeah.
Like these are all things that I didn't see. I didn't see them posting like this. I didn't see them doing things like this.
Yeah.
So if
The open
and-
houses.
and these, they're gonna just add to it. So before you know it, you might be doing 10 different things that you didn't know you could do.
Yeah, and being consistent with it too. You know, keeping people accountable is a big thing, and consistent, and it works.
Trent told me I got to stand closer to the camera.
Oh, did he?
Because I'm too short.
Like,
Don't stand next to Dar. I was like, it's all right. Everybody knows I'm short.
It's all good, you
I'm
know.
not too short. Right on, man.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, whatever.
Come on
Spotify,
over,
YouTube.
man. We're gonna be out here in FireRock,
FireRock Golf Country Club in Fountain Hills.
in Fountain Hills, and
Where we're gonna be next? Where we're gonna go next? We gotta go. We're mixing
I
it
don't
up.
know.
You know, we gotta
I
go.
say stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We're gonna be
We're
next.
gonna go somewhere else. If
Where's
you
Waldo?
have a good idea, let us know.
Yeah, hit us up. Let us know.
Check you later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate you.